My name is Dipesh Patel, editor at Trade Treasury Payments. Today we're at the Asian Development Bank Trade and Supply Chain Finance Programme Awards. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Rudolf and Mai at ODDO BHF Bank. Let's jump straight into it. So Rudolf, ODDO's well known for being a confirming bank within the ADB TSCFP. What are the main challenges and opportunities in mobilizing trade finance for emerging and developing markets?
In our international business, we support importers and exporters all over the world in financing trade and trade worldwide, but including also emerging markets. And emerging markets are becoming more and more important for importers and exporters because they are new markets, they are growing markets. There is a growing potential for further growth, but also for further growth has to be accompanied by increasing provision of trade finance. And the challenge for us is that we also have to maintain a large network of correspondent banks worldwide, not only in the more easy countries, but also in high-risk countries, and also in smaller countries, and very often also with smaller banks. And there are increasing burdens of regulation, there is increasing risk, there are increasing reporting requirements. And we have to maintain a high network of correspondent banks and support this network also with risk management, with compliance, and with payment services. And the whole business has become more expensive, and this is, in my view, the biggest challenge.
Mai, you've been leading ODDO's business in this region, the Southeast Asian region. Where are you seeing the strongest demand for trade finance, and how is ODDO helping, alluding to Rudolf's earlier point with regards to liquidity?
The most active sectors or industries or trade products vary from market to market, from time to time. Let's say, considering the volume, the total volume in absolute number, Singapore is one of the top markets, at least to ODDO BHF. Mm-hmm. But we also see very good momentums in other countries in the region, for example, Vietnam or Thailand.
Thank you very much. And Rudolf, partnerships are central to some of these programs, particularly scaling trade finance. Partnerships such as those with multilateral development banks. How does working with ADB and also other development banks through various trade finance programs help banks like ODDO extend their capacity to these frontier markets?
As mentioned before, we have established correspondent banking relationships with a high number of banks, and also in high-risk countries and smaller countries. And very often, what we experience in these markets is that trade is growing. That means the demand for trade finance is growing. But very often, our own limits are not sufficient to cover all the risks. So we use our own limits as far as we can. But whenever we see that there is demand for additional risk-taking capacity, we invite international financial institutions like the ADB to co-finance with us, to cover part of a whole of a risk, and to sometimes also to guarantee longer tenors than we would be able to provide. We think that IFIs have also a very important role in playing, helping local banks to grow their business. And they provide our partners with training courses and technical assistance so that they can offer solutions to their clients, importers and exporters, in replacing working capital facilities by trade finance facilities.
Thank you very much. And my final question, what does ODDO BHF's partnership with the Asian Development Bank mean for you, and how does it align with your broader commitment to supporting developing markets?
First thing first, I think you're right towards this recognition and partnership. Last year, we brought a big delegation to Singapore at the same time this year. And this year, we bring actually a bigger delegation. That's so you know that our commitment to Asia, to developing markets in Asia and emerging markets globally is strong and getting stronger. And I think it goes quite well with our business philosophy and also our direction. And when you talk about ODDO BHF, international banking, you talk about emerging markets. We are there in Frankfurt, but It's not one call away, it's not an email away. We are here as well in Singapore, in Asia. We are present in the markets and we are with emerging markets.
Thank you very much. That was Mai VU and Rudolf Putz at ODDO BHF.